It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another promo breakdown for an upcoming episode of The Walking Dead Season 11. This is my promo breakdown for Season 11, Episode 11, which is called Rogue Elements. A very interesting title. There's a lot of references and connections to Stephanie in this episode, and there's a lot of different kind of layers to what her story could be coming up, but also there's a potential CRM Commonwealth link revealed in the promo. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break this down. Alright, as always, before we jump into this, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. So this teaser trailer or promo, whatever you want to call it, starts with this shot of Rosita and another Commonwealth soldier. Obviously, we should reference Rosita as a Commonwealth soldier now, which is kind of odd, but it makes sense. They're at someone's door and they say, please open the door. And in the next shot, we have another separate shot of the two of them, the soldiers, walking out, and Eugene is waiting there. So what I'm assuming is happening here is Rosita and this other Commonwealth soldier went to check up on Stephanie. Now, we still don't know whether the person that was really talking to Eugene at Commonwealth was the real Stephanie or not. At this point, I think if that wasn't the real Stephanie, they would have revealed it. So I think all of the discussion we had about fake Stephanie and real Stephanie is kind of pointless, because the person that we thought was the real Stephanie is Max. Like, everyone calls her by Max, and it doesn't look like they're hiding anything as far as her identity anymore. So I think that the Stephanie that we saw is in fact the real Stephanie, and maybe what they threw in was just an Easter egg or something fun that they wanted to do, which got every fan thinking that there were two Stephanies, a real one and a fake one. Anyway, so I think what's happening here is that Rosita and this other Commonwealth soldier went up to where Stephanie stays at, and they wanted to check up on her, but she wasn't there. And then they walk out of the building and talk to Eugene and let him know that she's not in her room or in her home. And then we have another shot which is related. Eugene looks up and sees Stephanie in the balcony. Now, it's not the real Stephanie in this case. I mean, it's not real. Not that it's not the real Stephanie. Anyway, I just had to make that joke. Anyway, so it's a hallucination. He thinks that he's seeing Stephanie, but Stephanie's not really up there. It's a ghost kind of thing. And then Eugene looks down. He's upset. He wants to know where Stephanie is. And then we have Princess talking to someone, most likely Eugene. Princess says, you think she was kidnapped by the government or something. So at this point, the survivors are slowly realizing that perhaps Stephanie was kidnapped by the Commonwealth government, which is definitely a possibility. I have a video talking about just this, so if you're interested in that theory, whether the government for Commonwealth could be involved in Stephanie's kidnapping, stay tuned for that video, which is going to come out later this week or possibly early next week after the episode airs. And the reason why I want to do it after the episode airs is because I want to see if we get any more kind of confirmations or anything that debunks the theory before I do a full-length video on it. But like I said, the survivors think that Stephanie going missing is directly related to an involvement by the Commonwealth government. And then in this one, we actually see Stephanie's face on a board. It says missing Stephanie with some information about who to contact if you find her. So she's definitely missing, which is very interesting. Now, in the voiceover, Eugene says, her only hope is for me to expose them myself. Obviously referring to the Commonwealth. So Eugene wants to expose the government of Commonwealth. This might connect to another shot that was in the original trailer for Season 11B, where Eugene tells someone, I'm gonna tell everyone who you are. So that goes back to him trying to expose someone. We have Eugene snooping around here. He's sneaking around the Commonwealth. We have this shot, which is Eugene, but then there's someone in the background. We can't see who they are. I don't have any predictions who that could be, but this is an interesting shot. And then we have this shot of Lance. In the voiceover, Lance says Government Milton runs the city, but I know how it runs. This definitely points towards possible, not civil war, but tension between the representatives and leaders of Commonwealth, specifically Lance and Pamela herself. So it looks like those two characters are gonna have some problems with each other. We already saw a little bit of that in the last episode, so I think that this is just a continuation of that story that they're building, which is definitely new for the TV show. It wasn't like that in the comics. But we have this shot of a Commonwealth soldier and Lance. Not much to say here. His axe is awesome. That's all I want to say. And then we have this shot of what appears to be Commonwealth soldiers arresting Eugene. Now you can't really see who it is, so how do I know it's Eugene? Look at the hat. It might be the same hat that Eugene is wearing here. It looks like Eugene is going to be arrested. We know that he will be arrested. There's been a couple shots of him in a jail cell, so we know he's arrested. So that might be related, and it might be connected to him trying to expose the Commonwealth. That might be the reason why he gets arrested. And then we have this shot of Carol talking to Lance. Carol says, "You want to make a true believer out of me?" To which Lance replies with, "I want you to be a part of it." So very interesting team up between Lance and Carol. Not exactly sure what to make of this, but it looks like Lance and Carol are going to be together and they're going to try to take the city from Pamela, which is extremely interesting. And then we have this shot of a walker. This shot of some Commonwealth soldiers. I don't think it's Rosita or Daryl, but I could be wrong. But they're being followed by walkers and they're running away. In the voiceover, Kelly says something happened. And then we have Kelly and Connie here. They try to go somewhere, but they're interrupted by a Commonwealth soldier who stops them in their track. So I think that they're probably going in to talk to Pamela or Lance or something like that, and the Commonwealth soldiers stop them. This might be why Kelly says something happened. And then we have this related shot, the two of them in front of the room with the Commonwealth soldier in front, not letting them go. And then we have this shot of Eugene opening up a briefcase. Princess is right there with him. This might be related to things that they try to find to expose the Commonwealth. And then we have this shot of Kelly and Connie talking. Kelly says, "And they clearly have a reason for suppressing the truth," which is interesting. I mean, that's definitely true. They're doing that at the moment, especially if the Stephanie thing is true. But this reminds me a lot of CRM. Now, this is not the CRM link that I was talking about. The CRM link is this one. We see someone burning a document. Not sure what is written on there. It's really tough to say. But what I do know for sure is that on the side, on the ground, there is a sticker that says female subject, red hair. I could be wrong about that, but that's what I'm seeing. And we know that the CRM is notorious for having test subjects, so I wonder if that's connected. And I wonder if the female subject is Stephanie. I mean, it's a stretch, but it could be. That's part of the theory video that I'm going to be doing later on. So if you're interested in that topic, stay tuned. We'll talk about that later on this week or early next week, like I said. Next, we have this shot of Princess and Eugene running away. This shot of a Commonwealth soldier. They're fighting someone, it appears. And then we have this final shot of an awesome looking Mercer with blood all over his uniform. He looks super badass here. That's all I have to say about this shot right here. But that's pretty much it. That's everything I wanted to go through in this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.